Okay, today guys, we're gonna be mixing it up a little bit. Today we're gonna be busting out the shotgun. We're gonna have a little shotgun fun. What we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot some target load, game load, buckshot. And we're gonna find out the different spreads. A lot of people's done this, but we got a twist at the end of ours. You can see there, we're gonna get into law enforcement buckshot, and then we got military grade buckshot. People are gonna wanna know what the difference is on all this kind of stuff. I'm gonna explain it to you. Right here, the very first one we got. You guys probably see this all over the place at Walmart. It's the Federal, they call it the multi-purpose load. It is an 8-shot. Basically, people use this for like clay pigeons and everything. It's a 1 1/8 ounce shot, 8-shot. People think this is a self-defense load sometimes also. People can go on thinking that all they want. Maybe it could be, I don't want to get shot with it, but it's not a self-defense load. Then we move up to an upland load by Federal. It's another Federal product. This is a 6-shot. This is what I use for rabbit or upland game when I'm out hunting up north, or if I'm rabbit or squirrel hunting. See right there, it's a 1 1/4 ounce shot, 6-shot. This is a game load. A lot of people think that's a game load. I wouldn't call that a game load, guys. That's a game load. Now we move on to our first buckshot. This is considered law enforcement buckshot. And you guys see the targets below each one. We're gonna do a pattern shot with all this. This is double-aught buck, but it has 12 pellets. You can see right there on the top, 12 gauge, 2 3/4. They're saying it's 1290 feet per second, double-aught buck, 12 pellets. You guys can see it right there. These are all high brass. I should have mentioned that earlier. You go back, you can see right there, that's high brass. And we're talking about the amount of powder. When you hear people talk high brass, low brass, that's not even brass, but it's low brass. It doesn't have much of a charge in there. That's where the gunpowder sits in a shotgun round, guys. A lot of people don't know that. And for you that do, I understand. I'm not trying to educate everybody here on shotguns. Then we get into military grade buckshot. This is double-aught buck, military or mil spec, and it's 9 pellet. Well, hold on. Didn't you just say the other was 12 pellet? I did. That is the typical buckshot. When you guys hear buckshot, it should be 9 pellet buckshot, double-aught buck. This here is called law enforcement. For some reason, it's 12. I actually have some that's 10. I have some that's 8. I have some that's 13. Buckshot, people just put buckshot in anything and call it buckshot. To me, buckshot is military grade, 9 pellet, double-aught buck. That's what we used in the Marine Corps. That's what buckshot is to me. That's what people hunted with back in the old days. But anyway, we're gonna shoot these today out of the Remington 870, and we're gonna paper check each one of them, and then we're gonna see how good they are in defense. Let's check that out, guys. Okay guys, here we go with that 8-shot Federal. We're gonna go in order here, the 1 1/8 ounce. This is that multi-purpose load. Let's check this out. I'm gonna be 15 feet away here, and we're gonna be aiming dead center in the middle of that target. Well, as you can see there, pretty wide pattern. Let's go check that out a little closer. Okay guys, here we go with that Federal upland hunting round. Let's check this one out 15 foot. Definitely had a lot more ass behind it. You can definitely tell that was a high brass round. Let me go retrieve that. Okay, up next we got the 12-shot law enforcement buckshot. Let's check this out from 15 foot. That's mass behind it too. You guys can see there, it's a lot more centered than it is on those other ones. Let's check out the last one. Okay, here we go with the military grade buck, 9 pellet. Let's check this one out. That one was a lot more together. That one also kicked the hardest. What do you figure? Military grade. Not going to skimp there on the load, are they? All right, let's go to the table and check all these out, guys. Okay, guys, you can see there's that target load, or the multi-purpose load as they call it. And you can see there at 15 foot, we almost got all of them in the black. Big center in the section there, blown away. Shot cup went through there. I mean, a lot of consolidated pellets have been in there. We did have some flying off target. Well, you guys can't see that, but some flew off target down in there, a little bit to the right. But all in all, at 15 foot, that would be devastating to hit somebody. Of course it would. I'm not saying that it wouldn't. But let's move on over to the game load. There's the game load. Obviously, pellet size is going to be bigger. A couple did come down, but the main majority, you could see that they're massed together. You could see shot cup went through, but you can see a lot more togetherness, consolidation, double pellets going in here and there. Bigger hole size versus over here, of course. 8 shot versus 6 shot. So our shots are going to be a little bit bigger. And as we go in, not a bad round. Still, do I want that for self-defense? That's the question you guys have to ask. If that's all you have, hell yeah, it's all going to work. But let's go on over to a buckshot round. Now this is the 12 pellet round. This is the law enforcement buckshot. As you guys can see there, everything's definitely on target. Cup, balls, everything. It's all within center mass area. It's not spread out as far. Remember, all these are shot at 15 foot. But you can see there, the shot development, it stayed together a lot longer. Move on over to the military grade. And what do we see? We see even better placement. As you can see there, everything is held tighter together. This is going to be 9 pellet. You see a bunch of splatter from gunpowder, stuff like that, or particles from a cup or whatever. But this one held together even better. Penetration wise, this is going to be your better round because you have more going in at the same spot. Not saying that all these aren't going to penetrate. Of course they're going to penetrate. But what level is this going to penetrate over this? Is 12 pellet going to be better than the 9? Obviously this had a bigger charge behind it. So unless we're shooting in this in the gallons of ballistics gel, we'll never know the pure depth, or one day we will when I decide to make that much ballistics gel and blow it apart with a shotgun. That might be coming. That's a damn good idea. You see that one? We go back to the upland load, which was pretty impressive. I will give this load pretty impressive. That would do in a pinch for defense. Then we go over to this multi-purpose load. Don't let where the shot cup hit fool you. The pattern's so spread out. I don't see a lot of oomph going on in there. Is it going to put an attacker down in your hallway? Of course it's going to. Anything further than 15 foot, I'd be real scared of this. This here, again, that's spreading out pretty quick. I'm only at 15 feet at this point. Same way over here, 15 foot. And then when I get the military grade, 15 foot again. You can see how we're tightening up, and I put them in order in my thought from least to the best. And I think I picked it pretty good. Now one thing you all might be wondering, well, where am I going to get all this? Well, that's funny. Every one of these rounds I bought at Walmart. The field load, or the multi-purpose load, the field load, you have to get this in the case. That one was a long time ago at Walmart. And then literally I just picked that one up today because I was out of military buck. Well, there you have it, guys. Let's figure out what we're going to do now. Okay, guys, I told you it wasn't over yet. Told you there was going to be something at the end. Let's just see how defensive these so-called defensive rounds are. We're going to go through some auto glass 15 foot away, and we're going to use the same rounds that we just showed you guys. From right to left, we're going to go just the way we did on the table. First off is going to be that multi-purpose. They call it a field round. I don't think I'd call it a field round. Here we go. Next is definitely the field load. Let's check it out. Next one's going to be the law enforcement buck round. Buckshot. Let's check it out. And finally, even though our bottle knocked off, let's check it out, the military buckshot. I think it goes to show you right there which one's the best. I'll let you guys decide. Okay guys, there's that multi-purpose round. You can see there, big indentation. It did go through and it did hit the melon, but not very good. We still have an intact melon back there. We will rectify that here shortly. It still went through and hit the melon, so we still gonna be okay there. It's gonna penetrate. Move on down to that field round. Once again, indentation. A lot of that glass is absorbing a lot of that damage. The cup and everything's still going through. You can see there we got melon matter everywhere on the outside of this windshield. Blew up pretty good. That melon's gone. Let's go on over to the law enforcement buckshot. There was damn near nothing left of that melon when that thing hit. I'll show some slow speed footage of that. You can see it one end kick some ass right there. Now we go on over to this military round. Now remember, the bottle fell over, so I shot low for a reason. There's nothing left of the bottle, guys. Nothing. It's gone. You can see there, the military, a tighter pattern, once again, just like we showed on paper. A tighter pattern, more explosive when it hit. The same way with this buckshot. Even though it's law enforcement, one end blew that melon apart. So through glass, which one of these would you guys rather have in your shotgun? The multi-purpose, whatever clay target field load they call it? A true field load? Some law enforcement buckshot? Or tried and proven military buckshot? I think it says it all right there on that windshield. You guys can see there, we're behind the glass at this point. That multi-purpose round, see how it absorbed it almost like a bulletproof vest? Some still came through, and we still split the melon. Now we're not going through bone here, but there it is, concave. We move on over to that second one. Same thing. It pushes in the glass, came through. Yes, it did destroy the melon. Give that one credit. Then when you move over to the military, not the military, but the law enforcement buckshot, see how it just punctured right through the glass? It didn't concave it in like a bunch of shot because you have bigger balls traveling at a higher rate of speed. And then you come on over to the military grade, straight through barely without any concave to it at all, totally blew it up. This is what it's like sitting in the inside of that car. You got melon matter everywhere. Guys, have a good one.